All right, everyone. And we're live again, day 23.5. This is, you're seeing this correctly, folks. This is the second stream of today. We're grinding. We've got a project that I am really fired up about, View Creator, and I think that we're going to be able to launch it next week. So, you know, if we want to launch this next week, it's going to take some work. It's going to take some effort. We can't just waltz in and expect that we're going to ship a product in like 10 days. You got to grind for it. So we're grinding. We're not going to stop. So let me handle a couple things on my end for the stream, and then we'll get to grinding. The main thing that we're going to be working on, if you guys remember, we left off the stream earlier today where we were working on the Stripe configuration. So I've got the Stripe configuration set up. You can see here, I've got some, I don't want to show you guys my environment variables, but yeah, we made a ton of progress, and we're going to be getting the actual subscription and pricing logic built in. So we're going to have to create different subscriptions in the Stripe dashboard, but I'm not too worried. This is gonna be pretty good, guys. All right. Hey, what's up? I'm building View Creator. You can check the description down below. Check description. All right, so the biggest concept that we were working on earlier today that we did get working is this concept of templates. So you have these templates, and with templates, you're able to create a template, and a template is essentially a content type that you want to create. So a template, let's say this template right here is some content that we found that it was on Instagram, and we just basically screenshotted it and put it in. Armin just asked, what tools are you using mainly to develop this app? We're using Cursor mainly. Cursor. Yeah. But yeah, to develop this, we're using the Gemini API. But something that we were struggling with earlier today is that we were looking into essentially how the editing process worked. So I'll show you guys where we got a little bit stuck on earlier today when we were doing some testing. So if you go here and you create an image, so what it's going to do is it's going to generate content based off of the reference images as well as the prompt that's been passed into the template. Zuhaib, what's up? Welcome back. Tralala, what's good? So basically, this one isn't great. This isn't a great example because it's got a lot of misspellings. But you can see that it took in the reference images Let's create 3. And this is one of the reasons that we're still working on some of these features, is that right now image generation is just genuinely limited in like, it's not necessarily, there's nothing that I can do on my end to make it so that every time every single image is going to be spelled correctly, and so that it's going to be like perfect, right? Like image generation from AI, even the best model, which is probably Nano Banana, it still has issues. This one's pretty good. Embrace the journey, build the future. That's good. Face forward, keep moving. That one's good. And then this one here, you can see that this one is just not as good. You can see trust your journey, trust yourself. It's misspelled, it's messed up, it's got issues. Zuhaib said, is this a new app, View Creator? Last time you were building goalposts. Yep, we're working on a new app right now. There's just this inherent issue. What's up, Robodex? There's these problems with AI image generation. And what we need to figure out is, hey, we understand that there are going to be issues with the generation feature, but can we integrate a better integration for editing? So what we were working on was this edit feature. So if you click edit, it's going to pop up the edit image window. And what we were working on is so that you can drag and drop and be able to focus in on this and say, fix the spelling, for example. So let's say fix the spelling. But the problem is that earlier when we were testing this was not working. So essentially, what we need to do, you can see here it gave us the original, and there's no differences. There's literally no differences. And the reason that there's no differences is because we found out that, hey, you actually can't really use just the Gemini API to be able to edit images. It's much harder. So you actually need to use the Vertex AI API to be able to integrate with this. So let's talk to ChatGPT real quick and actually kind of game the system for what we're doing. Armin on X just said, bro, mad respect to you. I tried to implement Stripe last time to make a subscription system, and was hell of a lot of work to implement it and kind of failed due to not having much knowledge. I was using Flutter since I had no idea which was the best option to develop apps. Hey, I mean, at least you're trying. I remember the first time that I did a Stripe subscription and a Stripe integration, it was super hard. Stripe integrations, you're talking about webhooks, you're talking about integration with that actual API, you're talking about checkout sessions. It's a complicated feature. So if it's your first time, give yourself a little bit of credit, because I remember my first time, I was in my college dorm, and I just remember being so frustrated that I couldn't get it working. So good on you, honestly, just for even trying. Zuhaib asked, so what happened to Goalpost? It's on the App Store and the Google Play Store. Jahan said, what are you building? Check the description. Zuhaib asked me, are you not shipping new version for Goalpost after MVP? No, we still are. We just haven't started marketing yet, and we're working on a new product that I think has a ton of potential. So if you guys are watching, whether it's X or YouTube or wherever you're watching from, make sure that you give me a follow. Like the video, like the post, wherever you're watching. All right, so something that I'm considering is, I'm actually considering changing our integration so that we actually switch over to use Vertex AI API. So let's just use GPT-5 Instant and figure out basically what the best practice is. So actually, let's use Cursor real quick to summarize everything. Please take a look at our current implementation and integration with the Gemini API and image generation and image editing, and then please output a complete summary for another AI to process. Be super detailed. Apsy, what's up? Rovidex said in the Google App Store we can't buy the subscription, which is really annoying. Tralala said, curious of story of how you got 50 MMR on Goalpost. So right now we only have, I think, I can pull it up, but I think we have only like $5 from Goalpost, and then the rest is from the Bridgemind AI beta program. So yeah, so right now we only have $4.99 coming in from Goalpost, so not much, and then we have $46 coming in from Bridgemind AI. When did the app go up? It went up about, I think it was officially launched like 2 weeks ago. Abhishek asked, where are you from? I'm from the United States. All right, so we're gonna summarize how we are doing all the image generation here. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna move over and see, hey, is it possible for us to change this over to Vertex AI API so that we can have some better image editing features? Because I know that there's some platforms out there, not related to what we're trying to build, but some that I've used, like for example, for YouTube thumbnail generation, just as an example of something that I've seen. You're able to generate a YouTube thumbnail, and then you're able to literally just like highlight a specific area that's misspelled or that has issues with it, and then you essentially can change just that window, and it works every time. So I was just confused in our app when I saw it not work. I was like, hey, you know, when you select this area, this is obviously, there's issues over here. There's misspellings, there's problems. So we're gonna need to take a look at this and get to the bottom of it for sure. Let's just ask Cursor, why is it that image generation is not working every time? Or not. Why is it that image generation editing is not working? Right now, I highlight a specific area and make a prompt, and it doesn't really make the edits that I need. Please think about this and help me figure out what I need to do. Do I need to use Vertex AI API, or what do I need to do? All right, we're gonna ship this. Armin over on X said, which AI is better for programming apps, GPT or Gemini? I use GPT-5 High mainly on Cursor. I use a lot of GPT for sure. Tralala. So this actually is the marketing strategy. So what we're gonna do is, because we have Goalpost and because we have the Bridgemind AI Academy, essentially what we're gonna do is we're going to market those products by using View Creator. And we're gonna go out and we're gonna get marketing strategies, and we're gonna figure out, hey, how can we do these mass marketing strategies that we can totally automate with AI? So that's one of the biggest reasons that we're using View Creator. But while we're doing that, we're also turning View Creator into a product that we can sell ourselves. So that's going to give us basically a custom-made marketing system, and it's going to give us a product to sell as well to be a revenue generator for Bridgemind. All right, so this is the issue that we're having with the editing feature. So it says the Gemini model you're calling isn't a true in-painting API and often ignores masks instructions, especially for precise localized edits like fixing text. If you need reliable mask-respecting edits, switch the selective editing path to a provider that supports in-painting natively. So Vertex Image AI Image Gen Edit, or a dedicated in-painting model, SDXL in-painting. Keep Gemini for text-to-image generation. Okay, guys, let's just read this and really gain an understanding. So what's going wrong? So model capability mismatch. Gemini 2.5 Flash image preview is tuned for fast image generation, not guaranteed mask-constrained edits. It will frequently interpret your prompt loosely. Okay, that's good to know. Mask semantics aren't enforced by Gemini. You send original image plus mask plus instructions. And I'm pretty sure, let's just double check. I'm like 90% sure, but just because this is, we're, kind of new to this, when it says mask, what does it mean by mask in this scenario? GPT-5 is better than Claude. Tra-la-la. It's more reliable, in my opinion. Yeah. So a mask is essentially this. A mask is this area 1. So what's happening is, what you want is you want to be able to send an image, and then, yeah, pricing wise as well, tra-la-la. You want to send an image, and then you also send another image with essentially this mask on it that says, hey, you're supposed to update this area, and then it passes in the prompt as well. But apparently, Gemini API is just not good at this. So something I want to know, am I able to use Nano Banana in the Vertex AI API? All right, guys, so here is, I've never personally used the Vertex API before. So I'm very interested to see, hey, how does this work? Help me understand what the Vertex AI API actually is. Vertex AI is Google's cloud's managed machine learning platform. Think of it as the all-in-one toolbox on Google Cloud for anything related to ML and generative AI. Good Codge, what's up? So I guess when you're using, something like, when you're using something like image gen, it's better to integrate with the Vertex AI API instead of directly with Gemini, which is very interesting. What would we need to do to completely refactor this project's image generation and image editing? What would we need to do? to use Vertex instead of Gemini and to integrate elite code that has robust editing systems and image generation systems and uses Vertex instead of the Gemini API that we are currently using. Also, before doing that, please do up-to-date research. Okay, wait, hold up. Is there a Vertex AI API MCP for Cursor? Search the internet. Stripe has a really nice MCP. All right. Says that there is. Find the link for me to be able to use it with Cursor. Whew! I don't even know if I want to use it. All right, so I wanted to be able to stick with Nano Banana. Search the internet first, and please search the internet specifically to see if Nano Banana is being offered in the Vertex API. This is a new model, so you need to do up-to-date web searches. All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Right now, we're working on View Creator. We've been working on this project since day 20, and we're building this project in order to market some of our other products, including our app Goalpost, which is now live on the iOS and Google Play Store. And we're also going to use it to market Bridgemind.ai, which is an AI learning academy that we built as well, that's launching this upcoming week. We had a beta version that was very well received, and we're now venturing into our marketing plan. So to do our marketing, we're basically building an AI system that's scalable to be able to do, actually do our integration. So this is very, very exciting. Sahil, I have not checked it out yet. Right now we're locked in on View Creator. If you guys haven't liked this stream already, make sure you do so. We're locking in. All right. Search the web to see if Nano Banana is being offered through the Vertex AI API currently. Available right now in the the Gemini API and Vertex. Here's what ChatGPT told me. It's crazy that the future is really just turning into a human being managing AIs interacting. I think that's how the future is going to look. You know, when you have intelligence literally at your fingertips that's accessible and cheap. Think about that. Pupe, what are you making? Check the description. Sahil asked, is Mac dictation okay for use, and how is it compared to Whisper Sync? I'm using, this isn't Mac dictation, this is Whisper Flow, and it's amazing. Now review the code base in depth. I need you to review it because I'm gonna need you to actually refactor the code base to switch to use the Vertex AI API for all of this image generation and image editing functionality instead of the Gemini API. Please review this and completely update the code respectively. All right, we got all this. It's a lot. Okay, we're gonna build some crazy shit. All right, guys, you ready? We're about to build some crazy shit. All right, so one big problem is that we don't have like tracking or anything for requests in the database. So, for example, right now we don't have a way to track credits or like when an image actually comes back. Actually, now that I think of it, let's build one thing at a time. This process is going to be big enough to be able to refactor all this code to use Vertex instead of Gemini. And something that I want you guys to think about is, imagine if we started from scratch and we started from scratch using the Gemini API. What would have that been? It would mean that we would not be able to do a refactor using AI, but we would have been doing a refactor manually. But now, because of AI, you're able to completely refactor your code base to use Vertex instead of Gemini, and you're able to do it inside of like 10 minutes. And this is something that I just want to illustrate and use as an illustration so that people will actually understand the capabilities of AI. I was in a class at Purdue University, and the professor was teaching us that you should not be using AI, essentially. And he was telling us that, hey, you shouldn't be using AI all the time. and he pulled up an article that referenced MIT research that 95% of organizations that have invested money into a chatbot are actually like losing money on that investment. And that was how the class started. It was the first day of class. And I want, it's just kind of interesting because I'm sitting there and I'm like, kind of like, obviously nobody knows that I have like a vibe coding brand. So, I'm sitting there and I'm like, this is hilarious. I'm like, the thing about AI is that like right now, everything's on the cutting edge, right? So everything is like only the people that are using it, only like the people that are like super users are really, really seeing its potential and where it's going, right? Because they're just using it so much that they can see how far it's come from the GPT 3.5 days. And basically what this professor was saying is he was saying, listen, like, GPT, like ChatGPT is great. It was a great tool that changed the world. But like, they keep saying that the models are getting better. But, sometimes he literally said this. He said, sometimes, you put in 1 + 1 and it equals 3 and, basically hating on it. And my point is that, I think that people that are using AI for stuff like this, is like programming related. Like, I could not build what we've built in 3 days personally. Like, I could not have built this. And I did because I used AI to help me code. And the thing about programming is that it used to be a world of you have to memorize the syntax and you have to have like 25 years of experience and you have to, XYZ. But now things are much different. The tables have turned. Thanks, Christopher. If you guys are watching and haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. But yeah, just an interesting thought that I noticed. It's like just very interesting to see, hey, why is it that you're not seeing the same thing that I'm seeing? And I realized it's because you're a college professor and you're a teacher. So teachers aren't affected as much by AI than like software engineers, Obviously. So yeah, so you don't see the benefits. You don't see the same benefits that I'm seeing. I'm like, yeah, you don't see it. It's all right. But to be sitting down and teaching that to a class full of students and people is kind of crazy. I could probably like, just show people. The thing is I'm more of a private person in terms of offline. Like, I don't really, not many people know that I have a vibe coding brand. It's just not things that you talk about. But so whenever like people are asking about like, so like I was in a class and somebody asked, they're like, what are you building? And I didn't really tell him. I was like, just a project. I was like, kind of keep it to myself, I think the less that you talk about stuff, the better. All right, so here are our new environment variables. We have a Vertex project ID, Vertex location. So this API is definitely harder to connect to than... All right, I'm gonna pull up my Google Cloud Console. All right, so I'm gonna create a new project. All right. Like, watch this, guys. So this is another thing that I've noticed about AI, and I'll just talk about for a little bit. So, I have no idea how to set this up. I'm not a huge Google Cloud person, but I just input this and I say, tell me how to get this set up properly in the Google Cloud Console. I just set up a new project called View Creator, and I need to now properly set up Vertex and get the API or the env vars correctly. Okay, so I know nothing, and I just entered a prompt into an AI system, and it's gonna tell me everything that I need to do step by step. I mean, if you're not seeing it, you're just not seeing it. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. You're just not seeing it. All right. Navigate to APIs. You're just not seeing it, and I'm sorry that you're not seeing it. All right, library. So now all I have to do is basically just follow along, and I'm already on this step, step 4. Set enable. Oh, look at this. It even said, you should probably enable this one if you're doing the edits too. Okay, thanks. 95%, guys. You know, 95% of organizations are losing money on AI. Shouldn't even use it. You know that? Christopher said, have you considered using Claude rather than ChatGPT? It's more tailored for STEM. Chat is more universal. Yeah, honestly, totally comes down to personal taste. I was a big Claude user, but with GPT-5, this model, GPT-5 High Fast, it's fire. All right. So now I need to create a service account. And you know what's crazy is someday the AI will just be able to do all this. Be able to do every step. All right, I'm on this step right here, 3. I don't even think there's anything sensitive on this. I can show it to you guys. If you guys haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. We've been running up the channel. It's been running up. It's been blowing up. We're gonna go at 100,000 subs. All right. Rovidex, the progress is going really good. Thanks for asking. I hope that like everybody that's watching, like, it would be cool if people watching were actually working on their own projects, you know? Like, I don't want it to just be some like brain dead thing that you watch and where you waste your time, you know? Like, you guys should work along with me, you know? Like, if you have something that you're working on that you're excited about, all right. All right. Honestly, the Google Cloud is pretty nice. All right. Okay. All right, I'll try and explain my best, basically what I'm reading. So essentially how this works is we just got our service account set up with permissions to Vertex, and then you use this key and you download it in your project. So I have the key. I don't want it to... That's great. All right, we are now going to delete that API key, guys. Something, I don't know like what you guys think of this, but something I really like is getting like really good at using my computer. Getting good at using a computer feels like really good. I remember when I first started, I was like so slow, and then I got like really good at it, really fast. Things have sped up quite a bit. I'll tell you that much. All right. All right, hold up, guys. Sahil, I'm not trying to show the, yeah, I'm not trying to show too much Google Cloud, just a little bit more sensitive. And I'm editing my environment variables right now. So. How do I figure out if what location I am on in Google Cloud? All right, there we go. I'm back. All right, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick, guys. I'll be right back. If you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe. Let's go. Okay. So all right, cool. All right. I have my environment variables set now. What do I do? So it's possible that we totally broke all functionality, which I assume we did. If this works, that would be insane. Is that fair to say? Because didn't we update all the code? I think we updated all the code. What? Christopher asked, question, did you start this from scratch? I highly recommend using a template already prepared. Snag the Next.js template from Vercel. It's been battle tested millions of times. Honestly, that's a good idea. All right, I'm gonna check this out. You know what? That was such a fire. Whoever is Christopher Salea, he just gave us a little call out and made me pretty smart, I think. Nah, I don't really like templates that much. But is there like platform starters kit? Oops. Oh. So this is a Vercel template for an SaaS platform. What am I doing? So they have some components. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Big shout out to Christopher Saleha in chat for giving us the idea to check out what a Vercel template looks like, and they're totally free. I just created a directory on my computer called templates just so we could test this out, and we're about to run npm run dev and see if this is just like out of the box ready to look at, which it is. Wow. All right, this is run 302. So here's what we're looking at. I mean, there's not much in the templates. It's just essentially you got your components, a dashboard. I mean, this is like not even a template, really. No, I'm not really that impressed by this. So our template, I don't know how I'm feeling. All right. Let's go back to testing. Because pretty much what we just figured out, I think, is that if you'll look here, we did update our code to use the new Vercel AI API. Elliot asked, have you been vibe coding one app the whole 23.5 days? Well, believe it or not, we built the app in a week. We launched the app. It's on the iOS and the Google Play Store. And right now we're working on the marketing strategy for it. So to work on the marketing strategy, I've decided that we're going to build a product called View Creator. And with View Creator, we're going to be able to create viral social media content in seconds. So we're going to be able to create the social media content that we need for our marketing strategy. And our marketing strategy, so I'll show you what the templates looks like. So what templates is where, let's say, for example, that you had an app in the food category, right? Like let's say that you built an AI generator that was really in the food category, right? So like generating recipes or something. Well, let's say that your content for like Instagram and X was to post food content. Well, what would you have to do? Well, you'd have to go out to like some stock image website and you would have to like search through all their images. They're super expensive. You have to like go to Canva and like edit all the images, and you have to like write content descriptions and stuff. And I'm starting to think that that process could probably just be automated with AI, especially as the AI content generation, like image gen and video gen get better. So what we're doing here is if I click like number of images to generate in 3, what you're gonna notice is that this is a pre-built template that has a prompt and reference images for to get then passed into the API that returns the images. So what we just did, if you guys have been following along or not, what we just did was we connected with the Vertex AI API instead of just directly to Gemini. So here's what it came back with. So it came back with this here, this here, this here. So, I mean, pretty good. So the one thing that we were really wanting to test, and the biggest reason that we switched over to use the Vertex API, J35 said, bro, wouldn't you have to at least make one image generation free for new users so at least they know what the product is before they purchase. Yeah, J35, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make it easy to start a free trial so that everybody can try this. Something that I learned from Goalpost and kind of that I'll talk about now, just because, you know, as I'm working on all this stuff, I'm learning just as you guys are kind of watching the process happen. Like, I'm actively learning as well. So something I learned is that you really should have a free trial when people are trying a product. Like, for example, if you have a free trial, let's say 10 people sign up with the free trial, then 2 people end up paying, right? Well, maybe without the free trial, you would only had 1 person buying it, or maybe even 0. So something to think about for sure, because you know that you wouldn't have had those 8 people anyway. They probably wouldn't have bought. So here we're going to test this, and we're going to say, yeah, fix the spelling. Fix the spelling of... So let's try applying these edits. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked the stream and subscribed, make sure you do so. We're running up to 2,000 subscribers here. We are running up quick. Thanks, Quattro. Please make sure that the image editing uses the correct functioning for Vertex. Image editing is still not working. Please take a look at the functionality and then take a second to look at the documentation, search the internet, learn everything that you can, and then properly build the correct implementation for this feature so that image editing actually works. Take a look at the front end too and make sure that everything's polished up to make it work perfectly. Look at that. Search the internet, learn everything that you can. Crazy. Crazy. It's insane. I mean, what is this, guys? Like, this was not, AI was not like this a year ago. It was not like this a year ago. I literally remember what I was doing a year ago. This is like a completely different thing. Crazy. Why would you want to do anything else with your life? Seriously. So realistic. I'm gonna try to remove the tissue, and what we did is we said we didn't explain what object it was, we only did the masking. And unfortunately it just removed the text. So let's restore this and let's say remove the tissue. Remove the tissue from the image. So now we're a little bit more specific. If you guys notice what I'm doing, a little bit more specific there. There we go. But now here's the real question. Okay, hold up. Let's try this. Nah, remove the text again. The highlighting of specific areas on the image doesn't appear to be working. For example, I've tried several times to highlight an image in the background or an object in the background that's a plant, and I say remove this image, but it still doesn't remove that particular object that I've highlighted. It seems to have no context that I've highlighted that object. It more so, it responds when I ask it to remove a specific thing, but let's say if I just highlighted something and then passed in remove this object, it wouldn't remove the object, it would get confused. Please look at this functionality and make sure that it works. Look at what's causing this and fix it. All right, big prompt. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure that it sees this example on the front end to see what we're seeing. You can see that, you know, we had highlighted that plant with area 1 and that we had said remove this image. And the thing is that AI can see all this. It can understand. Okay, Zarg just gave us a good idea. So while that's thinking, let's, Zarg in chat just said, try selecting another thing and write remove the plant. All right, so let's do that. So apply edits. Wait. So let's try highlighting this and saying remove the plant. So we highlighted the text, asked to remove the plant, and see what it does. Okay. All right. Elliot asked what model is used for the images. This is Nano Banana. So yeah, so Zarg, that was a good idea because basically it's responding to the instructions, not the selection that I've highlighted for the area. If you guys are watching and haven't already subscribed or liked the stream, make sure you do so. It really supports the channel. Believe it or not, when I woke up today, we had like 1,770 subs. Let's see. So that was yesterday. Yeah, so this morning, 1,774. So something that I want to do today is I actually want to get to 1,900 subscribers if we can. So we're going to stream for a couple hours tonight. I think the stream's going to blow up. But yeah, we got 57 subs to go. So I guess we're going to be streaming for a bit. Might have to put on the Vibe goggles here soon. It's been a minute since we had the Vibe goggles on, hasn't it, guys? Remember this? What do you guys think?
Hey, yo.
The Vibe goggles? Bring them back? Alright, hold up here. Said remove these. Hey, thanks for subbing, guys. Alright, so what did it even want to do? Just remove the text again. So when anything's ever vague, it just removes the text. Take a look at the functionality deeper and more in depth. I'm still having issues with the selecting feature. Also, improve the UI for it. I want it to be kind of like a paintbrush instead of a big rectangular box, because with a rectangular box, it can be confusing about which image or thing that you're actually talking about. But with more of like a paintbrush, it's more specific. Please, on the UI, turn it into a paintbrush that the user can kind of select, not a rectangle, a paintbrush. Let's go. So I think one thing that we may want to test before we move any further is, hey, what's up with the functionality, the UI functionality may be causing some issues, because think about this. When you have a rectangle, if I say remove this, what's in the image? It literally is just, you got a fork, you got text, you got cheese, you got potatoes, you got like cheese over here. Like, it's like, hey, when you say, remove this, it's like, what do you want me to remove? And then it says, oh, maybe he wants the text removed, So that's what's going on. J35 said, how about specifying what you want to remove? Does that work? Yeah, that does work. We tested that. What if I say add? What if I just said, in this one, I said add in text? Check subs. Hey, thank you guys for subbing. Appreciate it. It's not that good, guys. It's saying, I said add in centered text explaining what the food is, and it put the text all the way down here, which is great. Breakfast skillet with sausage. And then spelled this wrong. So we got some work to do for sure. Carson Alexander asked, what does vibe coding mean? Vibe coding is, it's just coding with AI. So vibe coding, people refer to it as that because it's this concept of programming only with AI through the use of prompts instead of programming like line by line. Carson, that's hilarious. Carson said that's what he thought, but with those sunglasses, you look like a vibe, so didn't know. Yeah, no, vibe coding is I'm just vibing out, man. Imagine. J35 said, so actually it's not wrong. It's centered, aligned. The text, if we be more specific, like we need text in the middle of the picture, would it place it right? That's good. Let's try it. How about this, guys? It's an edit straight from J35 there. Shout out. Continue with the to-do list. If you guys are watching and haven't already liked and subscribed, we're vibing. We've got a lot going on. Building a lot of crazy stuff. The Digital Astronaut just said that he liked and subscribed. Can I get the playlist now? Hashtag vibing. 100%. Let me find it real quick. I've got like hundreds of tabs open. Alright, we're going tab hunting. Alright, I guess. Alright, well, this is the one that's playing right now. Where are we at? Oh my gosh. We just hit 1850. You guys are crazy. Oh my gosh, we are running up. This is like... This is crazy. Mythic just asked, how do you know your idea solves a problem? So that's a good question. So I know that it solves a problem because, number one, AI generators and AI content generators like image gen and video gen are just now getting to the point where they are practically useful. And what's going to happen is now that these image generators are practically now that they're practically very realistic, what's going to happen is that you're going to be able to use the image generators and the video generators to generate social media content instead of having to essentially create it yourself, or like take the pictures yourself, or find stock images and edit them in Canva. So it's really going to help a lot of marketing teams, because they're going to be able to create templates and just work with agents instead of having to do things so manually. Carson Alexander said this popped up in my organic feed. Keep it up. Best of luck. Thank you, Carson. Really appreciate it. Have a good one. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. This is the second stream of the day. We've just been grinding. All right, let's go. Zark said, what if someone hacks the website? I can't trust the AI with my API key. What do you mean? Omar just asked, what tools do you use to code the entire thing? I use Cursor. Yeah, I use Cursor, and then I use one of the best AI models on the market right now, inside Cursor, GPT-5 high fast, and I put it to the max. We max everything out here. We don't play any games. If you guys are watching, just join in. We are working on View Creator, and right now we're working on some of the image editing functionality, but basically with View Creator, you're able to create viral social media content in seconds. So what's gonna happen is you're gonna be able to actually come onto this platform, and you're gonna be able to create what's called a template. So a template is something where you're gonna be able to input reference images and then have a prompt, and with just the click of a button, you're able to create social media content. So here, if you just do like, let's generate 2 images, you click generate content, you have a pre-built prompt here, and you have these reference images. So essentially these are the images that we've given the AI to be able to create content that's similar to this content with AI. And what we're gonna end up doing is we're gonna be then pairing that with an AI agent that we build. So that users, so these are the results. So these are the images that it outputted. So it said, embrace the challenge, and it said, face forward, keep moving. And if you guys notice, it's very similar to the content that we gave it as reference images. So you'll be able to create, like, let's say you have a channel that has, let's say you have a channel that posts a lot of the same content, then, well, you just have a content agent right here for you. If you guys haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. We are running it up tonight. What are we at? How many subs? How many? Let's go. 1851. We're getting to 1900 tonight. 1900. We're so close to 2000. All right. So we just built some new functionality. So watch this. So now, if I go here, brush. There is no user feedback to the user when I'm trying to brush over certain parts of the image. Yeah, J35, we'll shake this thing. Zarg said, what if someone just adds their account credits without paying? How do you make sure your site is safe? Those are all things that you do in Q&A testing. Whoa, something's not right with this. Lucas just asked, how much dev experience did you have before becoming a professional vibe coder? Several years. I started programming when I was a teenager and then got really good at it when I was in college. The brush is still not working. Please review this in depth and figure out how to solve it. All right, we're gonna use Sonnet for him. Advu said, how do you generate revenue? So right now we have an app on the App Store called Goalpost. We built that in like, I think less than a week. So days like 1 through 10 is on building that and launching it on the App Store. I think we got in the App Store in like maybe 8 days. We'd have to look through the streams. Hold up. We can literally find this out right now. Let's just look through the streams here. So we got 52 people watching right now on this stream, but if I go to, here are some of the videos, and then if I go to live, it was this here. So on day 11, so yeah, so it got actually accepted on iOS on day 11. But yeah, we built it here. Kind of been grinding for a while now, guys. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. We're running it up. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Zuhaib, this is what View Creator does. You can watch right now. Pass in prompt and reference images, and it's able to create images that are similar to the reference images. Now, Adi said, washing hands. Hey, I got a sink in there. Hey, this one's lit. It misspelled this though. All right, so now we got to fix the misspelling. That's the thing we're working on. There we go. Oh, it's doing 2 of them. No. Wait. It's doing like... Oh, is that the mask? Wait, hold up. Why when I am drawing with my brush does it draw this blue line as well? What is that? It only generates images for now, Zuhaib. Knob said you got a sink in there you don't use. That's so funny. Review the example image and properly update. All right, instant discovery just asked a pretty big question, so I'll try and be respectful. So like the flow state, continue grinding. Q1, how will you handle marketing your app and website? Question 2, how do you track user analytics? Also, a feature to add later, aspect ratio. Example, predefined dimensions. All right, so to answer your first question, we're gonna handle marketing. First of all, we're gonna handle marketing by creating view creator. So we're gonna run advertisements and we're gonna basically do paid ads on Meta, like Facebook, Instagram, Reddit, TikTok, Instagram, we already said that, YouTube. We're gonna do a bunch of marketing, and then for tracking the analytics, I worked in prior startups where basically there's several very popular tools to be able to track analytics, the biggest one being Google Analytics. And then there's also like some other really, really interesting tracking softwares that I won't talk about, but to see them, I mean, there's some pretty powerful stuff. Like, and then a feature to add is aspect ratio. Yeah, I think we have, the aspect ratio is right here, but we need to make it so that it's better, like user friendly in what it gets returned. Also, I'm not sure if it works, so I'll have to test it. All right, still doing that. Zuhaib, I don't think it's that bad. Look at this. Look at this image that we created. It is with some errors, but that's all right. You gotta have the vision, man. What am I supposed to do? Just throw up my hands and say, "You're right, Zuhaib. AI is not that great at creating new images based on the given reference." You know what? Let's quit, guys. Chat, should we quit? Chat, everybody, Q for quit. Q for quit, chat. If the chat tells me to quit, I'm gonna quit this project right now, Zuhaib. Because Zuhaib, he said that AI is not that great at creating new images based on the given reference. He actually said it is really bad. So Q for quit, chat. Q for quit. Yeah, no. Zuhaib is wrong. There we go. Yeah, guys, let's just, you know what? Let's quit everything because Zuhaib said so. Diago. Right now we're working on View Creator. You can check the description as well, but we're working on a couple features right now for you're able to have templates, and with templates you pass in a prompt and then you pass in reference images of like a specific type of social media content, and it's able to actually create a similar image of that content. So here's the AI generated. Right now we're working on image editing because Zuhaib, I was kind of poking fun of what he was saying on hating on AI basically, but he does have a decent point. Like there are some parts of AI image generation that are not perfect, and I think right now we kind of just have to accept them for what they are. But I think it's gonna get better. So I'd rather take the time to get good at it now, so that when it gets better and there's more demand from mainstream, that you can really clean up. When did this even start happening? J35 said, "Can AI sleep for me so I can continue watching the stream?" Hey, thanks, man. Nah, Zuhaib said, bro, I did not. So Zuhaib said, I did not say to quit. I said AI is not good at this specific task and it will get better eventually. Well, here's all I have to say, all right? You got to be a positive thinker. You got to give off good energy to others, because if you are negative about something that other people are doing, it's not a good energy for you to have around. So the reason I was clowning you is because, hey, this community, what we're trying to do and what we're trying to build is we're trying to build a community that is like supportive. Like, hey, that's a good idea. Like, go try it. Go try it and fail. So anything that anybody's working on, please add me on Discord, send me a couple DMs. I'll actually show one of there's a project that J35 is working on. J35, let me know if it's cool to show you some of the pics of your project for Pulse. So one of our subscribers, he's got J35. He's got a pretty cool app built. It's like a social media app, and it's really well done. Clean user interface. Yeah, let me know if it's cool to show it. Toothington Senior, yeah, I'm using Nano Banana. All right. So here's J35's project. So it says find your tribe, meet people in your area, send icebreakers, and build meaningful connections based on location. It's called Pulse. Like this, send whisper location-based temporary message. That's interesting. Yeah, really cool, J35. Alright, that's all the images. Pretty cool. Unreal Link, what's good? gosh. Alright guys, look what we're going to do. Sonnet 1M. Hail Mary. If you guys haven't already subscribed, make sure you do so. Let's check what sub count we're at. Oh my goodness, let's go. Gained 12 subs since last time we checked. Crazy. If you guys haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe. Zuhaib thinks that the best way to give, to talk to the AI is basically to give all the images to the AI and tell it how to describe those images and then make the prompt then to create new images based on that prompt. Yeah, that's a good idea. Alright, so it said that it found the issue. The validation pipe is configured with forbidden non-whitelist true, which means it will reject any request that contains properties not explicitly defined in the DTO with validation decorators. Alright. Let's just restart everything. I don't think I'm crazy, but you gotta check. Oh. Oh. Fix these errors. Guys, I just want to warn everybody that it's possible that we could potentially be running up a bag very, very soon. Just want to get everybody a warning. We're going to run up an insane bag. fix the errors. Alright, sorry guys, I just had do a bunch of stuff with my environment variables. Sorry, I was totally locked in there for a second. And I was doing it over on my other screen. Alright, let me get this back over here. Alright. You know what's crazy is I was like not even considering streaming tonight. I was like, why not stream? And then we gained another 43 subs so far. We had crazy numbers the whole stream. Like, I wonder if YouTube is actually just like super exponential. It's possibly exponential if you just are consistent. Very interesting. Fix this, kill the process running on that port, and then relaunch the API. Dev server looks good. All right. So now let's get back to testing. What is causing this error? All right, Zuhai, what do you think of that? Let me read. J35 said Hassan wouldn't that confuse the model. I heard that the whole nano banana thing is much better with reference image than text prompts. Zuhaib said as of now the AI is not good at remembering multiple contexts of images, but it remembers the text format context pretty good. Are you sure? Because look at what we're doing with the reference images. Google application credentials. All right. Yeah, Zuhaib, you lost mod stat, bro. You've missed like 15 days. If moderators miss like a bunch of days, then you're not going to stay a moderator. I'm going to make J35 a moderator. I don't even know if he's still here, but he's been here a ton, so I'm going to make him mod. May have a fix, guys. All right, I think we got a fix. Kill the process running on 3.0.0.1. Kill the process running on 3.0.0.1. Looks like NS is in the chat. If you guys are watching and haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. All right, time to test this. Wafi, what's up? We're working on View Creator. You can check the description for more information. Whoa, no way. That like took an extra second though. I think it's a different error. That's definitely a different error. That's so funny. I could tell that it actually went through, and I knew that the error was different just based on the time. Okay. That's so funny. I was like, it didn't work, but different error. Boom, boom, boom. Can't stop me, can't stop me, can't stop me. Bimmer, what's that? What's the AI Google Studio stream feature? What is that? Thanks, Alwafi. Make sure you like and subscribe. We're going up. You guys want to see some cool stuff? Watch this. You guys want to see the setup? I'll show you guys the setup right now. You guys are about to get crazy behind the scenes access. All right, watch this. What do you guys think? We'll put this over here. But yeah, this is the setup. Alright, that's cool. This is setup. Got the studio. Alright, let's get these blinds closed. Let's get these lights off. Too dark in here. About to switch to night mode. Need night mode, guys. Need dark mode. You guys ready for dark mode? Watch this. Alright. Let's go. Alright, what do you guys think? Dark mode? That's so badass. Alright. If you guys haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Also, share this channel with a friend. Share this channel with the Discord. Tell people what's poppin'. Josh Whitaker just asked a great question. He said, "Hi, I'm new here. What do I get with your app that ChatGPT prompt can't give me?" So that's a great question. So with View Creator, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make it so that you don't even have to write a prompt. Like just at the click of a button, you're gonna be able to generate that content type. And then we're gonna build agents into the application so that you're actually able to run agent campaigns where agents will just do the same thing over and over, posting to social media accounts. So you just have to run an agent instead of having to actually do any work yourself. If you guys are watching and haven't already liked and subscribed yet, make sure you like and sub. I mean, do I just need to switch to GPT-5? Like, what is going on? gonna start streaming a lot more. Oh, I think we did it, guys. I don't know if it'll work, but finally are past all those errors. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, it did actually do the masking. Bimmer said it doesn't need to change the AI model. The AI model doesn't fully understand. Actually, I disagree with that. I think that you do need to change the model from time to time to try new things. Different models are different. Some models can solve one error and other models can solve another. I do agree with you as well. Oh, no editable regions found. Man, we are struggling a little bit, guys. This is tough. We're not gonna give up though. That's a good point. Josh Whitaker said that you should essentially try spelling it with in quotations instead of just telling it as part of the instruction that you're giving it. Let's try that. If you guys are watching and haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Let's do a sub count real quick. Last time we checked, we were at one. Okay, so we gained about 5 subs. Thanks, guys. Look at this. It's gonna start to look like a wall here soon. We're gonna go straight up, I think. Unreal link, what do you mean? No misspelling from this one. Let's try this. What the heck? Oh, no editable regions found. So I think the error is related to if I don't mark anything. All right, we need to generate more images so we have more errors. All right, here's more images. This one's perfect. Add another embrace the journey, build the future line in the gap. I don't want that weird looking gap. Patch the gap. This would be interesting. And it just removed all the content and put a person in there. Nice. Yeah, let's revert that. I mean, what is going on? I know for a fact that other people have done this. I know it's possible. Is all image generation and image editing functionality moved over to use Vertex instead of Gemini? See ya, Zuhaib. Unreal Link said, just an idea, before sending your request, add one more step, convert the brushstrokes into rectangles, then instruct the AI to regenerate the image with the corrected words inside those rectangles. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to achieve. So make sure that it's moved completely over. Only Vertex. See you, Zuhaib. Thanks, Zuhaib. Appreciate it. Josh Whitaker said we can't share our projects here too. Pretty harsh. Our Discord is more for sharing projects. Yeah, J35. J35, I don't even know. Every time I say something, I feel like J35 already is saying it. I'm like, what the heck? Yeah, he hit it spot on. He said you can't share links here, actually, but maybe join Discord to interact with others. Yeah. Thank you, J35. Now that the channel's getting bigger, I need some like reliable moderators, since I mean, I perceive it going to like 10,000 pretty quickly, probably in the next couple months. So I mean, that'll be pretty cool when the channel's at 10,000. I can literally picture it. Yeah, we'll be at 10,000 soon, sooner rather than later, probably. All right, guys, so we now know our issue. Our issue is with the Vertex switch. Yeah, the Vertex switchover is what's causing these errors. If you guys are watching and haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do that. Unreal said 100K, yeah. 100K, probably. Yeah, it just depends on YouTube's algorithm, I guess, but I'm going to stay consistent and we'll probably get there. Alright, guys, we're going to do something crazy. We're going to do a revert. We're going to do a big revert. Unless we can get this working. Because obviously, we broke some of our functionality. Maybe editing the image will work different though. What's up, Sadat? Welcome to the stream. That removed it. All right. I'm gonna say remove this stuff. So if it removes just in this, nice. Okay, guys. This is a big deal. This is a very big deal. Okay. So I think that what's going on is that it's now working since the original image is coming from Vertex. But now this initial prompt doesn't appear to be working the same way that it was. If that makes sense. All right, that's looking pretty good. So yeah, as you can see, there was this stuff here. And it kept the rest of the image the same? The exact same, or anything different from, like, let's look here, and then let's look, like, here. Yeah. Looks pretty similar. Alright, so now, obviously, the issue is our editing is working better now, but now the issue is with this. Please do a... oh, frick. You guys want to see something cool? Alright, well, we're waiting on this prompt. I'm going to show you guys some cool stuff here. Ready? Woo! This is my warm-up. That was my warm-up. That was bad. That's just my warm-up. Let's try that again. I just got 91. How do I do another one? Ugh. Come on. It's so mid. Alright, I think I can do longer. If we do a longer period of time, I think I'll like lock in or something. Alright, we'll go for a minute. Gosh, all right. Restart. Oh, 95. Mid. Alright, if you guys haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Unreal said, do you remember the Rubik's Cube benchmark at the Google AI conference? I did not see that. What was it? Who remembers PC tap on DOS HHH? What do you mean? 335 said try type racer. Let's lock in for a bit. I was just doing that while we were waiting for the prompt to finish. I'm not kidding, guys. I was in school and my professor was clowning AI. He was like, some of you that call yourselves prompt engineers, and he's like clowning them. I was like sitting there, I was like twiddling my thumbs. I was like, he's like, there will be no AI use in my class. I was like, well, looks like I'm failing the class. Unreal Link said DOS the operating system before Windows. Oh, I don't remember that. That was before my time. Back in those days. Alright, let's see if we fixed our error here. Oh, nice. It destroyed the logic. Sweet. I'm gonna grab a snack, guys. 1 second, I'll be back. I'm back. J35, what's Code Canyon? That's cool. Oh, wow. Huh. It's cool. Looks like you can make a decent amount of money on selling templates. All right, guys. I'm gonna call it for tonight. I gotta wake up early tomorrow and get back to the grind, so gonna cut the stream off here. But thanks for tuning in.